So here's my final review of the Saber 500. You'll notice that I've put these tiles on the sides. That's just my own personal preference for not having the grill brush or anything touch the sides. My old grill rusted through like that. So I thought I'd take a preventative step. This is after about a month of use, give or take, and I've been trying to use it as much as possible. And this review is going to sort of piece together a couple other videos I did while making food, so you'll see it in action. But here's what a well-seasoned grill grate looks like. Been covered up all the time except for I got rained on once and I wasn't expecting it. So here is the grease tray. That's not grease, that's when I got rained on and it came through here. So it's pretty much greaseless. But in here, it's a little bit of a different story. This is sort of where it accumulates. And then I guess when it gets enough, it'll drip down there. Now, as far as cooking goes, I think it's great. Heats up really fast. You can bring this thing up to 800 degrees quickly. Now this one is the cheaper version, so it just has the one thermometer up here and it doesn't have the individual ones above each burner. However, I think that's sort of useless since those thermometers go in underneath here and it's actually below the grate, so it's the temperature of the flame, but on these kind of grills it's supposed to heat up even more through these little U channels and get even hotter. So really the difference in temperature, I'm no physicist, but I think there's a difference there. At least that's what Saber's claiming for their infrared technology. Now this isn't a true infrared grill. It's more reminiscent of the Charbroil one, since Charbroil sort of owns this company anyway. But it does a really good job cooking really hot, and the nice part is you can adjust it and make it a little bit lower, so you can have individual temperatures, and it is not always on that high heat. It did take me some getting used to with grilling, because I'm used to always shutting the grate, the lid, and most of the time you don't now, so that took a little getting used to, but overall, love it. I'll show you some sample clips as well and some sample foods, and hopefully it stands the test of time. And one more point I forgot to mention, obviously it's not going to be a factor of cooking hot dogs here, but there are no flare-ups whatsoever, and I've cooked some pretty purposely fatty foods on here, bacon even, and it'll smoke like crazy, but it won't flare up and get burnt. Another thing is that it heats up really fast. When you turn it on, you can turn this baby on high, go inside, get the food, and it's ready to go. And it cooks it pretty quickly too, even when it's on low. I'm cooking these hot dogs with a grate open next to lower than a third. So it cooks fast as well. And it's something that you don't really appreciate until you go back to an old regular grill, like I did this weekend at a cabin, and it took 15 minutes for it to just get hot enough to cook hot dogs, and then it took a long time to cook those hot dogs. So that factor is quite nice. Regarding the amount of propane it's going to use, I can't really speak to that fact yet, but I haven't gone through a tank yet, and I've used it quite a bit. But since you're not using a lot of propane each time, you're not always on high, you're on high just to sear it and then low again, I think the propane's going to last me quite a while. One downfall of this kind of design of the grill, just turned this on about 2 minutes ago and we're at 400. Turned it on, went inside, and got the steak prepped up on the plate. Now, downfall is that you have no clue when it's lit. Now these two are lit and this one's not. There's a little hole here to look to see if it's on, but there's no way that you can tell, no matter what angle you're at. I haven't been able to see a flame. So what I do is I just turn it over, fire it up, wait a second, hit it once more just in case, and usually within 10 seconds, just by putting your hand over that little crack, you can feel if it's on or off. And trying up some homemade burgers today. Settings at just below medium, and we're at almost 700. The burgers have been on for about 3 or 4 minutes. Now they're looking. Lovely.